Griggs coming to you on 9 May 22. Time on deck is 1900 hours Central Daylight Time. My friends, I'm going to tell you that the Emperor has discovered he's naked. What I mean by that? I mean that Vladimir Putin has discovered that he has been deceived by his minions. They often don't want to tell the Emperor the truth. The head, when you're a powerful person like him, the messenger gets shot, and so they often want to keep it quiet because that's not what they want to wind up with, getting decapitated by the head man. So it's pretty typical that the leader of a country, even the leaders of companies, don't know what's going on down at the bottom. It's more typical than not. They don't really fundamentally understand the feet and legs of the organizations that they're the head of. And in case of Russia, the head might have been a lion or made of steel, but the feet were a mixture of clay and other things, and we can see that the Russian army has had a lot of issues with logistics and a lot of things that have got them bogged down. So it's not what Putin expected, and therein may lay the danger, but it also is evident maybe in his demeanor in the Victory Day parade today in Russia. In the Victory Day parade, we expected a fiery, bellicose Putin, perhaps widening the war or doing grander things. He did none of that. Instead, he had body language in which he rarely even looked up. He was shifting around a lot, back and forth, even with his legs planted wildly apart. The body language, according to body language experts, was for somebody who didn't even believe what he was saying. At least that's what they claim. Now, you know, that may be just more propaganda too. But the fact of the matter is that Putin, he really looked disturbed. I mean, he had a kind of a grimace on his face and in the crowd, and he wasn't a happy-looking camper. Now, the fact of the matter is, it hasn't changed from what I said last night. He knows to survive, he has to win. And he's probably going to double down as much as he can with what he has. But now the reality of it is setting into him. It's not going to be what he really wanted. You know, as I said earlier, last night, and I got the mountain name right wrong. I said Caucasus, I meant to say Carpathian Mountains. But it was very late when I was doing the video. I realized immediately after I did the video and I was listening, I go, oh no, that ain't right. But, you know, they wanted to get up to the Carpathian Mountains and basically plug the gaps where invasion could come in on them. But, you know, they have a delusion that Europe is going to invade them, that NATO is going to invade them. I'm here to tell you that NATO wouldn't even defend themselves with the United States. And I don't see any, why in the world would we want to invade Russia? I mean, Russia, we've seen what happened to Napoleon and Hitler. And you know, what is there that's really worth it? But you know, that's the impression they've had because they've been invaded so many times. It's really sunk into their psyche after losing 27 million people. I understand the reasoning, but I don't agree with it. I understand it, but I don't fundamentally agree with it. And there's been high price paid by a lot of innocent people as a result of the little action, which, you know, the police action, the special operation, which he has endeavored to pursue to secure the security he sought. And it's been at grave peril to a lot of other people. Now, hey, Ukraine's, you know, it's a corrupt country. I agree with you with that. And that's why NATO wasn't going to let it in the first place. By the way, I'm here at the Redstone Arsenal. Troop garrison, headquarters garrison. The old library, what was called the Rizik, is that way, which was the Redstone Information Center, which I think is closed now. So I just want to let you know that Putin, it was really, he was really beside himself for the most part. I mean, you know, he kind of, you know, made some, you know, bold call out to his troops at the end. You know, they had about 15,000 troops there. They had nuclear missiles on display. But at the same time, there wasn't as many troops as they would have had, and as much equipment as they've had in years past, maybe because they had a lot of stuff deployed in Ukraine, or maybe the cost of it all. I don't know what was driving that. I mean, you know, Russia supposedly has 800,000 troops, 200,000 of which are Ukraine, so you'd think they got 600,000 more somewhere. But, and that's some reason a lot of people like, you know, a Canadian prepper says, hey, Russia's just playing with Ukraine with their fingers. Well, maybe they are. But they seem to be biting their fingers and getting them caught in barbed wire and everything else. I'm here to tell you, I just made a video on my Galactic Greg's channel. Go check out Galactic Greg's. That's Gregs, one G, like this channel, no apostrophe, and it has the S, Gregs. There's other Greg's, Galactic Greg's, but it has like an apostrophe S or no S. So there's a Galactic Greg, he's a preacher. There's Galactic Greg's apostrophe, he's a comic guy. Check that channel out, my latest live video there. I'm talking about how their communications failed them, and how they were failing for lack of parts. And I think there's a lot of it's just due to the corruption of a big military, a big government. We have big government here too, and it causes us a lot of waste and inefficiency. Big governments are wasteful and inefficient. But here we do put a lot of emphasis on readiness and training. At least we do these days. It kind of ebbs and flows. Back during the Iranian hostage crisis, we weren't there, and it showed. You know, I mentioned that, and I've talked about that in the past. But guys, here's what it boils down. Here's what worries me. Putin's feeling desperate. It may be the reason he was so somber is what was cooking in his mind about maybe what he thinks he's got to do, because he sees himself as having to stay in power. Because if he don't, he loses his life. And he's probably, you know, you don't get to his position without in a dictatorial regime and without taking out a lot of people. You've got to be something of a psychopath to rule as a dictator for so many years in a country like that. And so to think that he is doing things out of empathy for him, for the country, for the world, for Ukrainians is, in my mind, and you know, some of you may not agree, but I think that's a bit fanciful. I think he's going to look after number one first, and I think that's dangerous. This could be what would push him into the nuclear corner. There is one of his close, and he didn't reveal himself. There was an interview, and it could be propaganda too. Look, guys, there's propaganda on both sides in these events. Lots of propaganda. But it's claimed that one of his close associates, one of his close, oh shoot, I'm losing thought of the name there. Oh shoot, oligarchs. One of his close oligarchs there was saying that they really believed that Putin was dangerous and that Putin would be close to pushing the nuclear button over all this. I hope that's not true. I really hope and pray that's not true. There's been other reports and suggesting that the generals there would not go with that. They would not go along with it because they'd be afraid of being convicted of war crimes in a future Nuremberg trial. Now, if it were just tactical nukes, that might be the case. But if it went strategic nuke, who would be in the world to pursue that? Who would be left to actually prosecute a Nuremberg trial? Nobody. So I don't know what to make of such arguments, but again, that may be just more propaganda or more of people on our side trying to convince themselves it's okay to go to war with a nuclear power who has more nukes than us. Now, their regular army is rag-bag, but Putin's put his emphasis on modernizing his nuclear forces, so you shouldn't take them lightly. Don't take them lightly. And as I said, what are we doing over there anyway? Is it worth the risk? That's the big question in my mind. Is Ukraine, yeah, I feel for the people there, not the government. I feel for the people there. And is it really worth the risk, though, for what we would suffer here? There's a lot more people in this country that could be terminated than lives in Ukraine if we get into a nuclear war. A lot more people around the world. We're talking billions of fatalities if we go into a full-blown nuclear war with Russia. It might be good to give Putin an exit strategy. Putin really, though, wants southern Ukraine. He wants a pathway into Moldova, and he's probably going to keep pushing for that. That's what I expect. He might settle for that even. Would he settle for backing all the way out? I don't think so. I really don't think so. If we try to take Crimea from him, I think that's nuclear war. I've said that from years back. And that may be a whole lot of what's going here. See, what he did say today was he blamed all his invasion on the West. And, you know, I've said and explained here why they would think that. But he blamed it all on the West. But then again, it was him that invaded. But he claimed that he thought that the West, that NATO was going to invade Crimea. Our side has refuted that, but you know, hey, and I really think probably not, but you know, they certainly kept telling him to give Crimea back, and I kept saying that was stupid. It was never going to happen, because, and I gave the justification because that was a major warm water naval ports. There was no way Putin was going to give that up without going to a full-blown nuclear war. I've always thought that. Now, I don't know, things may be changing now. We'll see what happens. Cross your fingers and pray. But most of all, prep. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, bang the notification bell, and bang all. And check out my links to go to prepwithgreg.com. Right now, you probably want to get some long-term food storage. If there is a nuclear winter, you're going to have stuff that will last for a while. It's going to be a while before you can plant. Otherwise, you need seeds, like my links to True Leaf Market have. But go to prepwithgreg.com, my friends. Food that lasts 25 years. Right now, we still have the $150 off for a 3-month supply, which is 6 buckets. It's $30 off for a 1-month supply. Now, they changed that a little bit. I'm surprised they're able to keep these specials going with food inflation being what it is. Get it while the getting's good, guys. I'll check the messages here real fast. I'm going to have to get in a shady spot, but I got to go. I got another meeting of the Freedom Restoration Foundation, and I'm going to be late if I'm not careful. But yeah, check it out, guys. Right over there, let's see, that's the tower, a drop tower, the Marshall Space Flight Center. They used to do some microgravity experiments, and then somebody's put a microwave antenna on it. And over there's the rocket park. But here, so we got 2 helicopters here. That's the more modern one there. That's the old UH-1. Anyway, so let's see here, guys. Let's check out. So what you're saying real fast, and I got to go. I seriously got to go. 85 in the room, awesome. Hey guys, I need some more thumbs up. I only have 42 thumbs up. Help me out, guys. I don't know if I can read all these comments because I got to go. Good evening, Greg says Titanium Hero. That's a good name. Lost the local smithy. Yeah, hey, I got a blacksmith's forge. Hello to you from. Let's see. We got Alucard 1776. Yeah, I got some other messages from you recently. Sir, there's a helicopter on my shoulder. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. I'm from South Carolina, says Fisherman. Local Smitty, the Watchman. Video.com, how you doing? New Days, Drops. Let's see. Renee Beller, I can't even pronounce, see it very, Bellitzia. I'm not sure I got that. Sorry about that. Would you like to, you would look nice on a Palomino pony. All right, maybe I would. Steve-O, how you doing? He's playing games. Yeah, he may be. And it could all be a game. Like I said, guys, everything is, there's so much propaganda in everything. Greg, drinking MSM Kool-Aid by the gallons. Guys, I'm telling you what he looks like. And I didn't say that, and I also said it might be propaganda. So don't just run out and accuse me of drinking deadgum Kool-Aid. I'm sick of that. I told you right up it could be propaganda. So don't accuse me of that. That ticks me off. Guys, I told you right off the bat it could be propaganda. But then again, if you looked at his face, he had that grimace. He had a certain look of resignation about him. And he did not make the big pronouncements that we were expecting. So what was that all about? That's why I said the emperor might have discovered he's naked, because quite frankly, the Russians were using Ukrainian cell phone communications to communicate in Ukraine. That is atrocious. You know, I'm an old Signal Corps guy, and I'm gonna tell you that is just atrocious. No wonder so many generals got taken out. You know, Russia's actually helped us keep the bankers. Oh my God, yeah. You know, look, if you look at what's going on between Russia and Ukraine, it's done more to satisfy Klaus Schwab than anything you can imagine, because it's leading us to the Great Reset. This whole conflict. Klaus Schwab is laughing. He is loving it, guys. And, you know, Putin and Schwab have been buddies for a long time. So, you know, this whole thing, they're not buddies now. I don't bank on that just yet. I don't know, guys. You know, there's a lot of propaganda. Almost everything you hear is propaganda. So, my main message to you is to prep. That is not propaganda, because one thing that we know is we're living in a perilous world. That you can take to the bank. Now, how bad it's going to be, only time will tell us. Greetings from New Orleans. And that's the bottom line of this whole channel anyways, telling y'all to prep. I'm just mainly pointing out that there's dangers and perils in our world. That is what I'm all about. The nature of it, the flavor of it, there's a lot we don't know. I trust Putin more at this point than our own government. I don't trust our own government. Not at all, especially given who's in charge. And we got corruption here too. But, you know, we could get nuked in this conflict, guys, or we could lose our power grid. And the money laundering scam, yeah, there's a lot of money laundering going on all sides. There have been time loop nuclear detonation. I don't know how well, Jeremiah. Big guy gets 10% of that support. Yeah, that helps when you go to prepwithgreg.com. That's right. I do get a sliver of that, but you get a discount. You get it's cheaper than you going to their website and buying it right off. So you come out ahead, and I come out ahead too. That's us both good. Jeremiah, every word that starts with 68 date numerology. Putin started that one with 68 date number. Oh yeah, I saw that. Interesting, right? How would we react if Putin placed weapons and military bases along the Mexican border? Well, guys, we're not in Ukraine. Well, we probably wouldn't react too well to it. Look, I've told you all along, I understand why he's doing what he's doing. I've said that a zillion times, and I've said a zillion times that we shouldn't be over there, and I've said a zillion times that I've asked, why are we even in NATO? So, you know, guys, you're not giving me credit. New Days, there you go. Thank you, New Days, for posting the Galactic Greg's link. Check that out, because I talk about the comms in there. Putin was quiet before U.S.-sponsored coup d'etat. Well, yeah, and I've talked about that too. Hello, Greg. I'm here from North Atlantic, Newfoundland. Thanks for all the info. Really appreciate it. Eyes wide open, head on swivel. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Whatever side you believe, in the end, it may not even matter. If you're getting nukes headed at you, you're getting nukes headed at you, okay? If we're in a war, if our power grid goes down, whoever did it, in the end, may not matter so much as you doing what you got to do to survive. And we don't want it to happen. We need to do whatever we can to prevent it from happening. But survival is going to be the ultimate thing here. That's what I keep trying to teach you guys, is to get ready. We're living in crazy times. I don't see the Allies using nuclear weapons to defend a nuke that will happen in Ukraine. Oh, well, I think you're probably right, the Watchman. For a tactical, if he uses tactical nukes, I don't think we'll respond in kind with that. It will probably be something else. But I could be wrong, at least initially. But now, if he does, if he just carpet bomb the country with tactical nukes or launches them into NATO countries, then all bets are off. But I also said that he, to achieve his line of defense that he wants, he would be going into NATO countries if he's to actually do that. So, I don't know. Vatican and Chernobyl means wormwood. You know what? I talked to some Russian speakers and asked them if Chernobyl meant wormwood, and they said no, it does not. Now, I don't know, maybe it does. I keep hearing it does, but when a Russian speaker tells you it does not, I got to wonder about it. But wormwood may come from a space meteorite. So we're not out of the woods for wormwood. And that's the way it reads kind of in the Bible, something coming down from above, bam, or maybe a nuclear event. Anyway, I don't know, guys. Boris is dumpy. Boris is a numptity. Scratch. Talking about Boris Johnson, right? Yeah, Boris is something. Hey, Greg, thank you and appreciate your videos. Well, thank you there, David. Appreciate that. So, yeah, guys, I'm trying to, cover this from both sides a little bit. I'm trying to, I've been trying to just mainly be neutral and let you guys know what could happen and what it means to use a prepper. But I am going to go into some more detail about some of the propaganda in a future video, because I don't buy it. There's some of it I just don't buy, and I'll tell you why. But but I also don't buy what's going on from our end either. I'm telling you, I'm just going to paint some of the propaganda for what it is. Bailiff, how you doing? Sassafras Red. Behind every motion cloud is a silver lining. Yeah, that's my line. There we go. We got big problems everywhere in this country. Yep, that is my point, Toby. That is my point. Thank you. He gone underground, changing the guards. Well, he may also have surgery, from what some people are saying. I don't know. Southern border is wide open. That's right, Jesse. That's right. Quite frankly, if the Chinese put battalions on the Mexican border, you'd probably invite them in. So, why don't they just have people quarantine their small chicken operation. There you go. I don't know. Can the U.S. defend against Russia's hypersonic missiles? Not immediately, but in time we would be able to. Right now they've got some, advantage in undetectability, but these advantages tend to last, temporarily until somebody figures out how to crack it. But their hypersonic missiles are glide hypersonics. We're actually developing boost hypersonics with scramjet engines, which is way beyond what they're doing, which could have huge implications for future space development, by the way. The health department found out about sick chicken when the guy only owns 50. And yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah, they're harassing us. I've been planning to do a video called Food 9/11, guys. Food 9/11. 9/11 on food. I even got the thumbnail photograph made for it. Just hadn't had time to do them all. So, busy time of the year. That's right. Hey, that's right, Susie. Keep plant. That's the important thing to do. Plant. Toby Berry, move off grid. I did, and I love it. Good for you. Wormwood is a helpful herb. Is a herb? Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. So, what's the bottom line of all this? It's not who done it. It's what you need to do about it. That's the real bottom line. It's not who done it. It's what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to prep. You need to get ready. That is the bottom line, guys. All right, with that, I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and have an awesome day. I'm already late. I got a meeting to get to. All right, goodbye, everyone. Take care and take care. God bless. Greg out.